Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, a biracial child's parent, a Caucasian woman. She was shown disgust reality from within the ranks. Yes. It's almost at an infantile level. By the way, today is October the 31st, 2024. It's at an infantile level to have to relay there are some good people and there are some bad people, right? Just that there are some mischievous people and there are some conniving people. There are ones who play and smile in your face and go behind your back and wish you away, right? And just like in the civil rights movement, there were certain numbers of males and females within the predominated culture, very, very small, that understood that, hey, it's wrong to treat these American blacks this way collectively, right? But that was a small number of personnel within the predominated culture who felt like that. Because if it was a larger percentage, then there would be no such thing as Jim Crow laws and slave codes. I make this point because there are numbers of males today still, and it's not small, that look upon American black males as a threat. They look upon numbers of American black males as they want American black males to be extinct. They do not want any kind of coming together in any kind of relationship between American black males and numbers of women within the predominated culture, 0%. Even though you have some foolish people, they be like, oh my goodness, see, that's the problem. See, because black males always trying to get them some whatever it is from some kind of women within the predominated culture. Go to hell with that ancient old tired trope. The number one personnel within Americanism by racial categories is not black males with numbers of women within the predominated culture. That's not the number one most intermarried or interrelationship people. So go to hell with that game. Yes, there are some women within American black womanism who would say, oh my goodness, so that's the problem. Black males always trying to give women within the predominated culture. But when numbers of black women who give men within the predominated culture, it's quietness. You see that hypocrisy? Oh, just like before I play this particular video, because this is a very short show, is that there are numbers of males within the predominated culture who want to get some of that black women's pudding pop if they could, to like the ones who do, but they don't want to be shown out and about with that American black woman. Oh, you think there's not ones out there like that? You best believe it is. It ain't nothing new. I make this point in this situation with this topic today. Well, this particular Caucasian woman, and what looks to be this biracial child looks to be a black male. Okay, but let me go ahead and play this particular video. And listen to the first words in there in the background. Give me 1 second. All right. Let me oh, right there. Okay, here we go. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. You made my shark! My shark! You created a monkey. You threw away 50,000 years. My shark! My shark! You created a monkey. You threw away 50,000 years of genetics to make that. You dated a monkey. That's bestiality. 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 Yeah, and then you threw all your genetics away. Niggers have taken white America down to stupid ghetto talk like the way you're speaking now. You're speaking Ebonics, you dumb white. This isn't Halloween. Mm. Disgusting. You're racist. Shut up. Shut up, you nigger. Nope. Threw away your money. Yeah, you had you retard. Europe. Now your genes are out. What are you talking about? You're lucky we're not violent. Where's the father that there were so many types of lessons in this particular video. The words that he said at the beginning part. There are people who don't know the word mud shark. There's probably different cultures and backgrounds say, "Oh, mud shark." There are even people within certain parts of predominated culture who probably heard that word. But mud sharks is basically a black male, especially. Excuse me. It is a Caucasian woman who decides to get with a American black male and have a child with. So they call that particular woman a mud shark. And how many times they also call N-word lovers. Right? Yes. Call them N-word lovers. And in this particular video, you see the disdainment of this actionable Klan member, right? Calling her a mud shark. Now, again, if this was vice versa, by the way, yeah, if this was vice versa, do you think there would be Caucasian women calling that male within the Panama-based culture in this video mud sharks? No, they won't say nothing like that. Right? You see how that you see the disdainment of hypocrisy in this? Okay, what if it was an Asian male, right? Or what we call Asian males in certain main cultural contexts of what we consider Asians, whatever that's supposed to mean, because Asia's a continent. But we're just gonna play along with what supremacists have deemed what they say Asian, right? Because the country of Armenia is an Asian country, right? Pakistan is an Asian country, right? But do you think about somebody from Pakistan as an Asian? For most people, not really. Certainly, you say Armenia, most people like Armenia, Asian. But you see the game, right? Even though Armenia is an Asian country. So the point I'm making is that if these same type of vile Klan type members in this particular video, if they saw an Asian man with a Caucasian woman, will they call him a mud shark? No. The vile hatred is not on the same level. Even though, again, the number one intermingled, interrelationship even with kids is not between a black man and a Caucasian woman. But you got people that don't want to talk about that, right? And that's disgusting when people want to play that little game of not discussing who are some of the main interracial couples and stuff like that, right? And it's not black males, American black males, and not with Caucasian women. But they don't want to sit there and talk about that part. Whom are the top ones? And that's a disgusting tactic. And with this particular, again, Klan member type membership thought pattern person has so much vile hatred for the American black male, you'd be like, what do American black males overall do to him? And continuing, give me a second. Let me play it. You dated a monkey. Mm-hmm. Bestiality. Heard of black male's bestiality. Oh, he would have got roasted. Oh, he would have got roasted real good. He said, bestiality. I know you didn't, Klan like man. Inhuman. He's like, who are the number one personnel who practice bestiality? Who are the number one personnel who practice incelness? Boy, some of these people, boy, some of these males within predominated culture, they really do have a problem. The one that this applies to. And look at the side on the right side. There is an enforcement person, right? Just because you have a uniform of enforcement means nothing relating to if that person does not sit there and enforce what is right. You see in this situation, in this video, he did nothing. He sat there and heard this piece of shit, of demonic piece of bullshit person, right? Use the N-word left and right, and the little innocent biracial girls right there, just sitting there basically insulting her, right? Racial epithets going all over the damn place. That's the peace was disturbed, and that person on the right side was supposed to be enforcement. A bad seed version said, which can be construed as a bad seed version, said nothing. Now, if that would have been a black man that was going off on a Caucasian woman and calling her all kind of stuff, right? And had a biracial child, and that was a Caucasian enforcement person, oh, you best believe he would have stopped that. Oh, it's some ingrainedness in that. But you got people also, by the way, jumping up and down about the presidential election, right? As if that's the only election, right? And forgetting that the presidents do not make laws. That's the legislative branch. And then what should be also looked at even way beyond more, say, wait a minute now, well, we need to get people to get into politicalness to make these legislative laws, right? To sit there and get this, some of these bad seeds to get situated there, right? But continuing. Yeah, and then you threw all your genetics away. Niggers have taken white America down to stupid ghetto talk like the way you're. So, by her get with the American black male, she has just messed up white American. Who's white America you talking about? There are ones within what you call white America, whatever that's supposed to mean, right? So what is that supposed to mean? There are people who come from different places across various parts of the globe that can slide under the banner of white. Who are they talking about? You got people that are classified on certain parts of Hispanic that can be classified as white. Who are he talking about, right? See how that goes. But there is a disturbingness of ingrainedness in certain ones within the Panama-based culture that do have a generational ingrainment of hatred toward American blacks, right? Even though American blacks don't commit the most crimes, by the way, right? He said ghetto. That damn fool don't realize that the word ghetto has nothing a damn thing to do with American blacks. And what you call ghetto for some blacks that stay in certain neighborhoods, which is not the normal, right? For what they make within certain ghetto would be almost middle class to some other people on certain parts of the globe. But you got people don't want to talk about that. You're speaking Ebonics, you dumb white. This isn't Halloween. You're disgusting. You're and you see some bad seed enforcement that's not doing nothing. Not doing nothing. They got this racial racism comes across terrorists using N-words all over the damn place and this disgusting, vile, anti-black rhetoric, and you got numbers of these enforcement persons sitting around ain't doing a damn thing. Woo, boy! See, and you got people worried about the presidential election. Man, should be so many American blacks like the hell with all this, right? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing to American black ancestors. You got what they call certain types of democratic shields, the ones they apply to. I don't use those kind of words, but the ones who are called democratic shields, I just call them sellouts and coons and stuff like that. Because the opposite politicalness, I mean everything, the ones it applies to don't give a damn about American blacks. But again, it's like, that's why you would think American blacks should have their own independent thought pattern. It's like, what all this old divisiveness, true divisiveness politically, instead of having that person's own political structure, right? But anyway, on that, so about closing up this particular topic, it's a quite interesting scenario because again, you see these certain numbers of enforcement, which can be construed as bad seeds ones, are still around not doing nothing, right? And this little girl, the little biracial girl, looks like she's probably black, American black girl mixed in with this particular Caucasian woman, and she's hearing all that old vile hatred, and they ain't saying nothing, right? Ingrained acceptance, right? And look in the background, see other versions of some enforcement sitting around ain't saying nothing. So you got various personnel of enforcement sitting around, what can be construed as bad seeds, are not doing nothing. People, there are certain bad seeds that are so relaxed and showing hatred, Ku Klux Klan hatred. And they know that the acceptance by more American within American blackism is more accepting. Oh, they best believe there's numbers of ones who ain't liking this, right? But the problem is that there's just not enough within American blacks to know how to sit there and get this under control. And it has to be politically as well, since legislates laws. It's a no-brainer. But you're going to have people that's going to jump up and down about tomorrow presidential election. Only. Wow. So anyway, all that stuff. So finishing up, you see, this is so ridiculous on that. And you see again, numbers of bad seeds sitting around not doing nothing. Even though numbers of these Klan-like member thought pattern personnel sitting around not talking like anti-American black wording, using N-word tropes and stuff like that. And you had none of these personnel within these enforcement not doing nothing. The one this applies to in this video. This is disgusting. So after the presidential election, what people think is something anti-American black hatred going to change regardless, whether Trump gets in office or Kamala. It's not. I did a video last year. I forgot what it was. I think maybe December last year, 2023. I think. And I was saying, watch how, again, the next coming year, which is 2024, this year, more American black pain is going to happen. And it continues to keep happening. Because unfortunately, within sectionality within American blacks, that still have not got it within the thought pattern. This is not difficult to get some things under control. It won't be every single thing because it's too ingrained within certain sections of Americanism to show anti-black, the one this applies to. Right? See, the number one culture that's been in this country more than anybody else, or it's been in this country more, is the American blacks, as far as beside numbers of ones within the predominated culture and ones will be wink wink called Native Americans. Besides that, the American blacks are also the main ones that's been in this country more than most other 900% of other cultures and backgrounds, right? has the most hate crimes put upon American blacks, has the most racial hatred laws put upon American blacks, right? Has the most racial discrimination put upon American blacks. Nobody's comes close. And still no reparations, still no anti hate crime bill. But at the same time, the system gave numbers of Asians that, right? People have given alternative lifestyle category, internal marriage, single gender marriage, right? Allowed millions and millions and millions of border break illegal immigrant personnel to come across that border in the last few years, couple of years still, right? But American blacks supposed to be arguing about be it Kamala or Trump getting in office, and still forgetting all these different other legislative positions that are up for election as well. And the hatred is still continuing. I thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show.